Hey mates, how's life behind bars? Not these bars, these bars. Today I've got an interesting new product, something a little bit different than what I normally talk about. And once again, Chigee, who obviously bring us the Play and the AOI 5 Lite and the Play for BMW. I'm looking at it right now in my hand. Everyone knows Chigee for satellite navigation, Apple CarPlay, that kind of stuff. But this is the TR100. I've noticed it on their catalogue for ages and I've never really paid much interest into it because it's just an accessory charger. It's just a couple of USB ports to stick on your handlebar. Until they sent it to me and I actually sat back and had a proper look at this and a good read of it. And then I started looking at other people on YouTube. I'm not going to mention any names. Well, I will be mentioning one name, but started looking at other YouTubers and seeing what they're saying about it. And again, it's just an accessory charger. Nothing amazing. But then I watched Andy B. Cole. To be fair, he came in here, he says, Steve, you really must look at these. They're incredible. And so I watched his video and that gave me a clear understanding of what this thing's about. It's not just a charger, it does so much more. So much more. I fitted it to my bike. I'm going to show you the unpackaging as I'm talking to you so you can see exactly how big this is, because it gives you the impression it's one huge massive thing that sits on your bike. It's not. It's tiny. It's this tiny cube. And for today's video, and based on the thumbnail that you've clicked on, this is the TESSERACT for your motorcycle. Now, it's got two-way power charging. I don't think I've ever seen this in anything. This is why we'd use it, and this is what we've done. So in this video, we've actually done loads of mistakes. We actually filmed this on my R1300GS, which has got a lithium battery. It all went wrong, and I'm gonna explain why it went wrong, but for the purpose of the video, rather than just say what this TR100 does, we thought we'd show you. Let me give you a perfect scenario. And I know this has happened to the majority of us. We're out on our bike, or we've just pulled our bike out because it's been parked for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and it hasn't been on a battery tender, and we come to press the button, the ignition, to fire the engine, and all we get is nothing, and it won't start. So then we're thinking, oh, got to jump my bike, or you've got to put your battery on a charger and wait half an hour before you can start it, depending on what sort of charger you've got. This device will work on any battery. It will work on lead acid, it'll work on AGM, it'll work on gel, it'll work on lithium as well. In this video, which you're going to see a bit later on, and I'm sorry if I keep repeating myself because I've filmed so many bits over the last week, but we did it on my R1300GS, which has got a lithium battery. The key with lithium is you must not discharge a lithium battery. If you fully discharge a lithium battery, you can't wake it up. You can't just charge it up with a conventional charger. You need a special charger with UVP wake up. Can't remember what UVP stands for, but I do mention it later in the video. Now, we discharged the battery on this bike, which is the reason why we couldn't revive it using the TR100. However, Chigee tell me, because I've been speaking to them at the same time, they tell me that's not true. It's not the case that the TR100 will charge your lithium battery up from the dead. However, the lead that I use in this video, USB-C to USB-C, isn't the right one. You need to use one of the USB-C to USB-C leads that we sell on the website. I haven't got them in stock right now, but they're going to be here at the end of this week. All right, so they're on the website to buy now, but TR100 with that USB-C to USB-C lead, it will work. Let me get to the point what this thing does. The whole idea is it puts a USB type A socket on the handlebar and it puts a USB type C socket on the handlebar. You plug anything into them just as you're going along or whenever you want, and it will charge your accessories. So you can charge your laptop, you can charge your phone, you can charge anything you want, your drone, whatever batteries you might have, you can charge up. When you plug accessories into it, you automatically get a green light, okay? You don't have to press any buttons on there, it just comes up with a green light. Now, there's a button on the top of it. You have to unplug the lead first before that button works. So when you unplug the lead and then you press the button, as you press this button down, you'll see it toggle between blue and green, just blue and green. Blue means it's reverse charging. It means we can get a power bank and we can charge the bike battery up. So if the bike is dead, we can use a power bank literally plug into it and you'll see that blue flashing light on there to confirm it's reverse charging and putting the power from your power bank into the bike's battery. Give it 5 minutes on the first charge cycle and you'll be able to start the bike, and you'll see us do this in this video. But unfortunately we completely discharged it and we couldn't get it back to life again, but I'll show you all of that in the video. If you're just using this for what it's intended to be used for and to get you out of scrapes and emergencies, this thing is going to save you, okay? Once you plug it in, you'll notice the blue light is like a slow breathing pulse. If you press down the button on the top again, it will then go to a fast pulsing mode. That signifies that it's in fast charging mode. Before you plug it in, so it's in the blue, which means it's charging, you want to set the charging mode, whether it's AGM or it is lithium. So as it is in blue, it's standard lead acid 12 volt. If you hold the button down for about 2 seconds, you'll see it go to a purpley cherry color. That means it's an AGM mode. If you hold it down another 2 seconds, you'll see it go to a yellowy amber color. That's lithium. So for me, I leave it in lithium. So it's always in that state. I shouldn't have to press it again to get it into lithium. But then it jumps back to blue just to tell you it definitely is in reverse charging mode. Now, it's also important to note that the USB Type A, the larger USB port on the top, that is only 24, without looking, 24 watts. Can't see it on the box, but I'm pretty sure it's 24 watts. But the USB-C port on the bottom, that could take up to 100 watts of charge. So I actually purchased a 100 watt power bank so it could charge it really, really fast. It's a good idea for you to have a power bank on you anyway if you're traveling around. It's useful for obviously charging your batteries up, and they're only what, 20, 30, 40 pounds, 30, $40. So I definitely recommend you buying one of them. And with one of these TR100s, you're definitely going to get yourself out of any scrapes. Plus, it's going to charge your accessories very, very fast. So I've put it on my GS. As you can see, I think it looks really good on there. It's a nice size. It's not oversized. It doesn't look too big. I've wired it directly to my battery. Obviously, the actual real box of tricks, it's not in the actual TESSERACT, as we call it. It's not actually in that little cube. It's in the box further down the line, and that's where all the magic is really happening, inside that box. Now, it does say on that box to make sure you store it in a cool place. Often where it's cool, just don't stick it near the engine. That actual casing is a heat sink itself, so it obviously gets hot. So make sure you put it somewhere where it's not going to generate even more heat. Let's watch the video so you can see everything we went through. I'm not going to cut anything out. You're going to see exactly what we went through because we couldn't make it work. But then I explain in the video how it works, but also take note about what Chigee is saying. If you have the USB-C to USB-C lead that we now stock, or we will be stocking, then you will be able to get that fast charge in there on the lithium batteries. It's a good idea just to add one of those leads anyway, because it's the right lead for the product. It's a shame I didn't order them in the first place. We will have them in stock very, very soon. If not now, by the time you're watching this video. Right, watch the video, come back at the end. So I've got the bike actually turned on right now. We're trying to drain the battery down so it won't start. Why would we do this? We're basically testing this new TR100 to see how good it really is. So let me turn the camera around and show you what we're doing right now. So there it is. We've got, as you can see, there's a little slight pulsing there. It's charging Tom's Samsung phone just here. The engine's not running. We've got the bike ignition on. We've got the full beam headlight on. We've got the in-off dash cam system going. You can see the voltage here is at 12.6. We're going to leave this on for quite a while. We've got the Chigee on as well. Going to just leave this on and just let it drain down to the point where we cannot start this bike. And then I'm going to show you how we can start it just off a power bank plugged into this here. Right, it's been on for about 10 minutes and we've now got the warning on the dash. So take a look. So it says here, vehicle voltage critical, full beam still on, the cameras are still on. What we have noticed though is this is turned off. It's completely turned off. So if I just pull this, which is probably a safety thing, so there's no point in throwing charge out of it. So if I unplug it, then plug it back in, you see, it's like I've tricked it to start charging again, but there is no, if I go back to here and clear that message, Damping adjustment failed. These are sort of errors you get when your battery starts running low. Load equalization failed. Sounds like we've got serious problems here, Tom. Right, 12.5, the little battery logo there is in like a yellow amber color. It was green when it was full. So full beam still on, so let's go and start it again. It's still starting at the moment, so we need to drain it a little bit more. Okay, clear all those. Right, come back in 5 minutes. Just having my lunch. The bike has literally turned itself off. Keys with it. Oh, look at this. We got. Oh, I just had a flashing red light and everything there. So if I try and turn it on again, that'll. No, that's dead. So do I get? Yeah.
It's flat.
Flipping, that went dead very quickly, didn't it? Oh, now things are making weird noises now, and we got little orange. No, it did go orange. Now it's green. Now it's blue. I don't know what it's doing. It's very confused. The servo on the exhaust is making funny noises as well. It's because it's got a dead battery. Oh, look, it's doing something again now. So the point is, we can't start this bike. I'm trying to start it. It's completely dead. So let's go and get a power bank, plug it into here, and apparently within 5 minutes, we can start this bike. Let's give it a go. If so, this thing is incredible. Literally just arrived from Amazon. One power bank. Now this is a 100-watt power bank. I have got a 20-watt power bank, which will still do the job, but just not as fast. So these are about £30 on Amazon, $40. You know, you should have one anyway. If you're running GoPros and stuff like that, it's handy to have a power bank with you on any road trip, just so you've got something to charge your phones. So there we go, 100-watt power bank. Whoops. Let's make sure it's got a full charge in it, and then we're gonna get the bike started within 5 minutes. Right, a quick update. I've plugged the power bank into power into the import thing. So right now it's about half charged. Technically we should be able to use it right now, but just from reading the user manual for this, it's telling me to make sure you fully charge it before you first use it. So just bear with me on this one. If I go back down to the bike, obviously it's completely dead, but we keep noticing just here that it starts flashing amber. Now, the amber setting on here is the lithium setting. It's like a yellowy amber light on there. So if I press this button up here, like it definitely won't go green because there's no charge coming from the other side. Well, it's dead right now, but every now and then it just starts flashing amber. And I think that's because there we are, it's doing it right now. So we've already set this to say that it is a lithium battery. Now, if I was to hold this down, I think we can change it to red. No, it's not doing that either. Let's come back to green, blue. And there you are. There's the AGM colour, like a cherry purpley colour. Back to green, back to blue. Yeah, it doesn't really know what it's doing right now because the whole thing needs charging up. Everything's messed up. So let's get that power bank plugged in and get this bike started. Because right now, absolutely nothing. So give this another shake just to show you that it is dead. For those of you who don't know, you've got to shake these to wake them. No, so it's completely dead. Okay, it's the next day. Now, you must apologise because I've just come back from the dentist, so all this side of my face is numb. All right, but what we've done is we have I fully charged this new 100-watt, 20,000 milliamp power bank. As I said, I think I said in an earlier clip, 30 to 40 pounds, 30 pounds, $40, that kind of price for one of these. You should be carrying one of these on road trips anyway. Right, now, what we're gonna do, as you can see, the bike is completely dead. So shake the key to wake it, come out and press here, I'm getting nothing. It's completely dead. What we can do is, if you haven't got a power bank, but you're near your 3-pin socket or 2-pin socket, wherever you are in the world, and you've got a direct plug to a USB-C, has to be the USB-C one, you can plug this directly into the wall and put that right into that socket there and leave it for 5 minutes and then you should be able to start it. But for today, we're going to do it just using the power bank. But it does say in the instructions, you can do it on mains as well. But we're out in the middle of nowhere, the bike is dead, just like it is right now. I am stranded, but I've got my power bank, I've got my USB-C to USB-C each side. It's important it goes into the USB-C. Well, it doesn't matter if it doesn't, you just got to let it go for a bit longer, but this particular power bank is the USB-C in out. It gives me up to 100 watts of power. So it means it's going to be nice and fast. So I'm plugging it into that side there. And then I'm going to plug it into here. Okay, now I'm seeing blue on there already. Let's just get that a bit closer. Okay, now in the instructions, it does talk about the fact that this is pulsing slowly or pulsing fast. Now to get it pulsing fast, you have to press the button once, and now it's fast charging. If I look at this, I can see I've got a fully charged battery, and that is now charging. So let's now time this for 5 minutes and I'll come back. Hey Siri, give me a 5-minute alarm. Okay, that's a good, generous 5 minutes we've done there. So we're just going to see what happens. I'm going to leave it all plugged in still. Shake it to wake it. Nothing.
Maybe it just needs a bit longer.
Right. We're just going to give it another 5 minutes to see what happens. Okay. Let's try again. Just going to unplug that for a second. This hasn't worked, so complete failure. Doesn't mean it's a crap product. It means we're dealing with a lithium battery. Again, apologies, my mouth is still not fully in touch with itself yet, so I can't feel it. It's because we're dealing with a lithium battery. Now with lithium batteries, when you completely kill it, which we successfully did, when you completely kill a lithium battery, you can't just plug in a trickle charger and bring it back to life. And my guess, I'm trying to get more information from Chigee right now as I'm filming this, is, sorry. Tom is just putting a battery charger on my battery. Now, if you've got a lead acid battery or an AGM battery, which is the same lead acid, it will charge it fine using a trickle charger. And I think the technology inside this gizmo here, which is fantastic, but bearing in mind it's going to get us out of trouble when we're stranded somewhere. But if you've got a lithium battery, unfortunately, I've got a lithium battery on here, well then you need a charger that's got UVP wake up. So this one here, which is a specialist lithium charger, you can get chargers that do both lithium and lead acid, but when you were buying one, we sell them here. When you buy one, it's very important you get one that's got UVP wake up. It's written just there. Do you remember what UVP stands for, Tom?
Not off the top of my head.
Under voltage protection. That's what it stands for. We're not actually using this charger. This is a 112 charger. We're using a pretty heavy duty one. I think I just bit my lip. We're using a pretty heavy duty one, a 3012. But that's going to tell us if we need, to use the UVP wake up feature on it to bring the bike battery from the dead. So we've used that battery charger to get some life into it, just so we can got power on here. But And as you can see, it's still critically low voltage. But if I come over to the ignition, as you can see, nothing happens at all. All right, so if I clear all those warnings on the dash, and all these warnings are here just because the battery is so low, and the battery voltage is at 12.1, and it won't quite turn over. Turn full beam off again. I had full beam on because I was trying to drain the battery again, right? But right now, I can't get anything out of it at all. So what we're going to do is turn off the ignition. In this state, the bike is not completely dead. The battery is not completely dead, but it's not enough charge in it to start the battery. But this is just a unique thing for lithium batteries. If you've got a lead acid, it's going to work. You're not going to be faffing around at all. But we've just figured out we've got no bikes in here with a lead acid. We've got no bikes in here with a lead acid battery at all. You try saying lead acid with a numb mouth. Right. So pull down the waterproof cover, plug this in. It's gone green to begin with, which is wrong. So that has to be blue. So this is now, the bike's trying to charge the battery charger. So make sure that goes to blue. And then to make sure it's lithium, we're going to hold it down. Goes to AGM, hold it down again. Goes to yellow, which is lithium. It'll go back to blue in a second, just to remind you it's in charging mode. There we are. We plug this in. And as soon as you see it pulsing, that means it's charging, but that's a slow pulse. We want this to be charged right now. So what we're going to do is put it onto fast charge by pressing it once, and then it starts flashing fast. That is now charging, taking charge from here into the battery. So let's put that 5-minute timer on again. Right, okay. Stop that, it's 5 minutes. The power bank's nice and warm. So I'm just going to turn the bike on. So there's the key. It turns on. So have a look at the, it still shows it's low. So let's just take that off, the warnings off. And I just want to see what the battery voltage is like before we try and start it. Battery voltage. That's gone up to 13. That was on 12.1.
That's good then.
That's very, very good. Right, let's see if it starts. Ready? You're standing right by the exhaust. Ready? Look at that. It works. Apologies, my mouth is still numb, so I'm hoping this comes out clearly. This hasn't gone as smoothly as I was hoping. I went to bed last night thinking to myself, this is going to be a great video. We're going to show you this wonderful tool which does exactly what we intend it to do. And it does, but it's just unfortunate that we're dealing with a lithium battery here, and lithium batteries are a little bit of an unknown to a lot of us. I know there'll be some of you there watching thinking, no, I know my lithium batteries very, very well, and I know, yeah, okay, great, that's fantastic. But those of you who are in the know will understand that when you take a lithium battery beyond discharge, it dies and you can't charge it from the dead using a conventional 1.12 lithium charger. You need to have something more significant which has got UVP wake up on it. And as I mentioned, I wasn't planning to do a plug on our GS flash chargers, but we do sell them here with UVP wake up. I still think this is a fantastic device. I'm happy I've got it on here. That's Tom making the usual noise he does, dropping tools.
Sorry.
That's all right. You can see it's not rehearsed or anything, can't you? It's not staged. Real workshop here. I'm happy I've got it because the whole idea of this is we're not talking about a completely discharged bike. We're talking about that day when you've still got some power, things are still happening, but you haven't got enough juice in your battery to turn the engine over. A power bank and one of these when you've literally you haven't quite got enough juice to turn the engine over, is going to get you out of the proverbial. However, if you've got lead acid battery and AGM battery, as I've shown you on there, all you do is press that button to get it to the purple coloring. That will put you into AGM mode. You can then do the same thing and it will bring it straight from the dead. If the battery is fully discharged, it will charge it back up again so you can turn the engine over. But with lithiums, little bit of a different story, but we managed to do something here today to show you how it would work in a perfect scenario. So, what's your thoughts? I think it's a great product. I know we showed all of the errors and stuff going wrong, but if you really think about it, a great product to have. If you've got a lead acid battery and an AGM battery, it's a no-brainer. And even with the lithium, it's still a no-brainer. Just make sure you add that lead to the basket, because Chigee say it definitely will bring a lithium battery back from the dead. So that's great. All right, so you know what to do. Get on the website. Here it is, TR100. Very easy to fit. You know what to do. You get clicking and we'll get shipping. All right, until next time, stay safe behind bars and I'll see you in the next video.